Hey, what's up YouTube? So we're back for another walk and talk, and I'm just on my way, just walking to work. As you can see, it's kind of a grey day today, but at least it's dry. At least it's dry. So I just wanted to talk about like distractions, right? Because it's funny, because I got saved 12 years ago, but prior to getting saved I was big into conspiracy theories, like major. Like I remember I went to a Hebrew Israelite meeting. I didn't know it was a Hebrew Israelite meeting when I went to it. Somebody invited me to it, and it was meant to be talking about black history and stuff. And I remember going, and then they started. The first week was kind of interesting because the guy was like bringing up all this history and stuff, and then the next week he started going into all this kind of stuff that the governments were doing, and all these conspiracy theories, you know, how the government's plotting to take us all out and it's evil and all kinds of stuff. And I got so engrossed in that stuff because I had to obviously go back onto like YouTube or whatever. It was like probably about 2008 when I kind of got into Hebrew Israelites. But, well, I wasn't into the Hebrew Israelites. I went to a couple of meetings. Hold up a sec. I'll be back. So, just had to get past a crowd of people. So, right. So, I had to go on YouTube. This was back in 2008, 2009. I had to go back on YouTube and look at all this stuff. So I was like, there's no way that this stuff could be legit. And then obviously, if you go looking for something, you're going to find it, right? You're going to find what you're looking for. And there was a whole bunch of stuff with conspiracy theories. And I just got deeper and deeper into a hole of watching this stuff. And I realized that what it was doing was causing my heart to like grow fearful, right? Because I was getting to a place where I felt like I couldn't trust anybody or trust anything, because everything was a setup. Like everything was a setup. And so I was living my life in fear and I didn't even know it. And so it was funny because in 2012, when I got born again, it was God used my fear in conspiracy theories to get my attention while watching TV. And I was watching the Paralympic Games closing ceremony. And you know, if you watch the opening ceremonies in Paris this year, trust and believe that there's some crazy stuff going on. Because even in 2012, God revealed to me that, yeah, this stuff's happening. People are planning and plotting against you. They are seeking ways to destroy you. But what he said to me in that moment, or what he showed me in that moment, was that I didn't need to keep my eyes focused on what crazy stuff people in the world were doing, or even keep my eyes on their plans for destruction. I could keep my eyes stayed on him, and he will keep me in perfect peace, right? So it was just interesting because a couple of weeks ago, I was watching YouTube, because I consume a lot of YouTube. It might be an issue, I'm not too sure. But I was watching YouTube, and then this young lady, Kamala Harris, came. Not Kamala Harris, Candace Owens. She came on. And then she was like, what was I going to say? Yeah, I like listening to her. She's a good journalist, I believe. But I realised that she started this story on Kamala Harris. And the question of, is she really black? And she started producing all this evidence, and she was doing all these videos. And I was watching, and I was like getting really engrossed into this storyline. Like, is Kamala Harris even black though? I was really getting into the whole storyline. But probably about 2-3 videos in, I heard the Holy Spirit, and he's like, why are you watching this? Like, it wasn't like a loud voice, it was just like a little prompt, like, why are you watching this? It was just an internal check. And I was like, you know, I continued watching because I was like, this storyline's getting juicy. It's getting juicy, and I want to know. I want to know if Kamala Harris is really black. And then I watched another episode, and I just felt like the Holy Spirit was like, no. He's like, no, man, you need to turn this off. And I realised that little by little, here came another distraction trying to find a way in of something that I'd already been set free from. I'd already been set free from the fear of conspiracy theories and getting all involved in that stuff. And yet here came something else, and it was enticing. It was juicy. It was an interesting storyline. But I realized there was no life in it. There was no life in it for me. Now, I'm not saying that, Candace Owens shouldn't be out there doing what she's doing. It could be the good Lord that put all this stuff on her heart to unveil the truth. But for me, he was saying there's no benefit in it. There's no benefit in you knowing this. There's no benefit in you being engrossed in this. And recognizing that actually the enemy's looking for another inroad. No matter how subtle it may seem, he's looking for another inroad. So we need to be more open to the Holy Spirit, because it's like his direction is bespoke according to what he's telling us. Now, I don't know what he's telling Candace Owens. I don't know what he's telling the other million viewers who have watched her videos, each video. I don't know what he's saying to them, but I know for me, he's saying, turn that off. Turn that off. So this is just like a little video to say, you know what? We have a real Holy Spirit who knows us, and he knows what's for us. And he's desirous to keep us from all evil. And so when we get a check on the inside of us, don't dismiss it just because everybody else is doing something and it seems okay. If he's told you that that's not for you, believe him. Just believe him. So as much as I would love to continue with the storyline with Candace and go on this journey and discover who Kamala Harris really is, the Holy Spirit's told me to mind my business. So I will be minding my business. I will be minding my business to the point where I'm not even focusing on it anymore, and to the point it doesn't even go through my mind anymore. So yeah, because what you focus on gets amplified. So if I stop focusing on that, then after a while I'll forget that I was even paying attention to that storyline. But whatever the Holy Spirit tells you to do, like when Mary said in John 2, whatever he tells you to do, do it. So we're learning. No one's perfect, but we have a Holy Spirit that keeps us, So that's it. Thanks for the walk and talk. I'm almost at my destination. But have a great day. Bye.